It is about time I get caught up on some of these videos. About a week, a little over a week behind getting voiceovers, getting stuff published here to the YouTubes. But training is going extraordinarily well. I have to thank my boy Josh for the very good programming. The stuff he puts into programming is very well thought out. A lot of stuff that I wouldn't necessarily do on my own. Even though I think I've known for a long time, some of the stuff I need to do, but I just haven't. I just get by with what I got. 20 years of strength training, feeling like I can just do whatever it is. 25 years of strength training now. Holy crap, I'm old. But feeling like I could just do whatever I need to do, doing the same old stuff. But as I get into my 40s now, injuries kind of can stack up if you're not addressing some of the unilateral work, and of course the mobility, which I've been pretty good about the mobility for the last 6 years, thanks to Coach John Oden. But yeah, some of the other stuff that I just kind of haven't really I've neglected a lot, and he's pumped it into my programming, and I'm all in. I pay him good money, and that's my buy-in for it, I guess, literally buying into it. So forcing me to do some of these things, and it's paying off. I'm getting back to some of the training, some of the lifts this week have taken me back in time 5 or 6 years to some COVID and pre-COVID level strength numbers. Really happy. In this particular session, overhead press. Actually, my overhead press right now, I think, is at least my strict overhead press is as strong as it's ever been. I've mostly done bench pressing over my career with some log overhead press, etc. But push presses, sure, but not a whole lot of strict pressing. And Josh programs that in regularly, basically weekly, so I can push that number up so that when we start doing more push pressing, I can really see some big numbers. But he's been programming in there, and then we're going to get to the deadlifts here in just a minute. And this with this SI joint issue I've been having, I've been so cautious in my approach to the deadlift since about September really, but I'd say last winter, last off season was the last time I really did any decent deadlifting, and I feel like even with the little mild discomfort that I have leading up to the heavier sets, pretty happy with doing. I think I was 545 for 5 in this session, but really happy with it. But that's enough about me rambling about how old I am. Some cool stuff going on in the next video, one of the next videos. I don't know if it'll be the very next one. Make the announcement, my yearly schedule, my agenda, what I got coming up this year. I have been having a few invites roll in, and I've accepted pretty much everyone that's come to me so far, making for a busy early season. So I'll talk about which games I'll be at coming up, and what kind of plans I got. I'm still going to be on the rugby field this year, and trying to manage rugby alongside the games. Got to train intelligently. Got to work on this fitness and this conditioning. And another thing that Josh is making sure that I'm getting the work capacity up in those and all the movements. And I tell you, man, I leave the gym as exhausted as I can ever remember in my training. So I think just overall fitness and conditioning is coming around. On the note of rugby, I am out on the field once a week now. We started indoors here a few weeks ago, and so I'm getting out and getting a good run in once a week, helping coach the youth. They keep me running around, and then we get about an hour and a half of practice, which we do a good bit of running this time of year, working ball handling, passing, just kind of teaching new people about the game, and working on some rucking skills and some continuity of play, etc. Some of that might be very boring to you people that don't know anything about rugby, but I encourage you to go check it out. Watch some matches. Six Nations Cup is on right now. This weekend and next weekend, so maybe check that out. All right, so here's the top weight that I was working with. Like I said, 545, and had it on the agenda for sets of 5 this week, and pretty happy with it. Again, if you ever had an injury that's been nagging, you understand what it's like to be kind of thinking about that or keeping it in the back of your mind. I guess it was only 3 sets of 3. What am I thinking? 5. You know what it's like to keep having something nagging in the back of your mind, and it kind of maybe takes away a little bit, which it's like you're running with the safeties on, you're running with the brakes pushed a little bit, and I do experience that. I think that's just a psychological thing. I don't have any shooting pains. I don't have anything that is actually screaming at me to stop, as far as pain response or like pain signals. But in my head, I know it's there, and I know I don't want to exacerbate the issue. So that keeps me honest with it, I guess. Keeps me from going too dumb. And then here we are with the accessory work, working on some anti-rotation and some, again, this is just great rehab work, great single side, all the good, hitting all the spots that you're not going to hit when you're just lifting heavy. So, what was this, a Pavlov press? I don't know. Is that what it is? Are we doing like Pavlovian responses to stuff? I don't know. Ding. And then the single leg split stance. Good morning. I don't push the weight on these so far. They're really at the end of the workout, so I really just trying to focus on feeling the target muscles, the hips and the hamstrings. So I don't really push the weight on these a whole lot. You can see the weight moves really easy. This is only 135 pounds. I think I did work up in this on this day to like 185 with it. But I'm really just trying to feel the target muscles and not just throw weight on it. So like I said, very end of the workout. Don't need to put a whole bunch of weight on my back. And then ending up the session with some cool down, recovery, stretching. Get those gnarly old quads of mine stretched out like they need to be. And then the hip work and some rotational stuff. So that about wraps it up. Great session. Again, got to thank Dr. Josh. If y'all are interested in hiring a strength coach, I would definitely talk to him about what he offers and his rates and everything. Watch me this season, see how strong I look, and maybe that'll sell it for you too. So that'll be it for now. Hope y'all are enjoying the content, and look forward to giving y'all some more next week.